another exclusive on the show. Well, Blackstone is aggressively expanding its operations in India, and it's aiming to own businesses worth $100 billion. The company considers India its best investment market globally, with optimism hovered around data centers. In fact, the company is expecting data centers, IT services, pharmaceuticals and education to drive growth in India. You listen to this conversation that my colleague Anurag Joshi had with the CEO and co-founder of the company, Stephen Schwarzman. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from me right here on Startup Central. Do watch this piece of an interesting conversation that my colleague had with him.
There are lots of key learnings, and it's been 40 years, but it sort of feels like 10 or 12. Everything gets telescoped in terms of time when you're completely focused. In terms of lessons learned, one is to hire great people. That always makes an enormous difference. Second, be very clear of what you're trying to create as a business. And what we're trying to do is to be the best in the world at whatever we choose to do. We tell our people that Blackstone isn't a business. It's a mission to be the best in the world. And so when we fall short, it's easy to know, and then we try and change things. We've learned that you never want to lose money for any customer. I know that sounds simple, but there's a way of going about that in terms of how we analyze potential investments to make sure that that doesn't happen. The fourth thing is that you need a lot of information to be able to be ahead of other people seeing trends. And we've constructed the firm in a way so we can do that with our Monday morning meetings from all of our business lines that have operations almost all over the world, so that we can see patterns developing and we can adjust before we get reports like other people do of what's happening in the economy. So if you can do that and you don't like to sleep, then you can create something that's very special.
A 20-year journey in India, and you are the biggest commercial landlord in the country and indeed in the world. What's next for India and the region for Blackstone?
Well, we're not just in real estate, we're also in owning the business of owning companies. All together at Blackstone, we're one of the 10 largest businesses in India. We're the largest private equity business and the largest real estate business and the largest foreign investor in the country. So for us, there's much more expansion to go. We're going to be bringing other activities that we do to India, not just real estate and private equity. We're going to be expanding our existing businesses at a pretty impressive rate as well. And we're hopeful that at some point in the future, we'll have $100 billion of values of our businesses here. So we think that's a realistic objective. And this is a country that itself keeps growing. People here aren't aware of how special that is. Mature companies in the West grow 0.5%, 1%. If they make it into the 2s, they think they've done something special. Here, 6.5% growth is commonplace. And people go, well, I remember when it was used to be 9. India's got some special characteristics. It's got a very young population. It's got people who like to do new things. It's got a lot of energy here. It's got an excellent government, increasingly sensitive to what it takes to modify what they're doing to attract businesses and let their own businesses grow at a sustained rate. So we really feel terrific about India. It's our best investment market in the world, and we operate almost everyone. So you get an award for being truly special.
Right. And what's your investment strategy for India on private equity, real estate? What would that be going forward?
Well, what we're doing is we're in touch with the trends that are growing around the world. So in India, with our companies, we're looking in the technology area. And technology is a pretty broad category. For example, we were very big in IT services. We also are the largest firm in the world in data centers, both developing data centers and owning data centers. And this is just the start for India in that area. And so we're aggressively working in that area to figure out how we can expand here and bring the expertise that we have from around the world to develop that area, because it's just a matter of time before India really gets more involved with artificial intelligence. And that's the kind of world that we live in at Blackstone. We also do things here in the healthcare area, which are very important. We have the second biggest healthcare group in India. We'll be expanding overall into the healthcare area because, there are 1.5 billion people here. There is no bigger market in the world.
Data centers, and Blackstone has made some very large investments globally and in India. What excites you about the opportunity in data centers, and what would be your plans, your investments going ahead?
Well, you can't have artificial intelligence without data centers. I mean, it does the computations of what you need to do. And so we see that as essential for the continued growth of the Indian economy. So we're seeing the same trend everywhere. And India tends to be very good at adapting and changing. And so all that's needed is the capital to grow that business.
Globally, which are the industries Blackstone is the most bullish on right now?
Yeah, it's a repeat. It's not an exciting answer for you because it really is data centers.
Okay.
There's going to be, the estimates are, $1 trillion of data centers built in the United States and another $1 trillion outside the United States over the next 5 years.